Here is the UH8 RF version 2. You can remove the cover by undoing the screws found in the recesses at either end of the cover. Lift the cover from the bottom up and above the back plate. Quick tip: you can slot the cover over the top of the back plate to keep it out of the way. On the board, you will see an assortment of terminals to connect your system. Starting from the left, there are connections for mains in, the underfloor heating pump. A series of zones marked 1 to 8 that can be used flexibly across a variety of system installations. Next is the hot water connection, if using a hot water valve. It is a volt-free contact, which will need a live supply to provide a switched live supply out to feed the cylinder stat and valve timed output. Finally, you have a volt-free connection for heat-cool enable output, rated 230 volts at 3 amps. Here it's important to know if the boiler or heat source requires a volt-free or switched live connection. Make sure all connections are firmly connected as shown. Please note, the live from the pump needs to be connected to the switch live from the valve off the board using a connector. Connect the relevant number of actuators for each zone. We recommend no more than 4 actuators per zone. When using the wiring center to control output for radiator control, you will connect the valve for radiators to the following connections. You can use any of the 8 zones to control radiators or UH8 heating zones, but ensure you use the 3-position slider switch to select the appropriate application. In this example, we're using zone 8. As the hot water output has a volt-free contact, you need to supply common with a permanent supply live from the mains in. When using the wiring center to control output for hot water control, you will connect the hot water valve to the following connections. Both heating and hot water valves should use an end switch to enable the boiler as a safety precaution. And finally, we're demonstrating a volt-free requirement for the heat source enable. Only underfloor heating zones that have an actuator will enable the heat source through the wiring center. It is recommended that all zones used are clearly labeled for maintenance and servicing.